That's Rishi, I'm Michael, and welcome back to the week that was.
Week 14 of the Canucks season just wrapped up, and it was actually a pretty killer week for the Canucks. They won 3 out of their 4 games.
I don't think we've said that this entire year. This is incredible.
Oh my god.
I don't know what this feeling is.
The Canucks kicked off their week against Florida. They won it 3-2 in overtime in a feisty game, which we'll get to in a little bit. They then started their 6-game road trip in Washington. They lost 4-1. They followed it up with a big win over Carolina the next night, 3-2 in overtime as well. And then they just beat the New York Islanders 2-1 in a shootout. 3 of 4!
Big dub. So standouts of the week, Bo Horvat.
Definitely.
Talked about him last week. He was unreal. This week again, 6 games in a row with points.
Right, yeah.
Didn't get a point last game, but he had 2 goals in the Carolina game. Obviously the OT winner as well. Snipe.
And our other standout of the week, we know who he is. We know Mr. Benjamin Hutton.
I love you!
With his first career NHL goal.
Let's just replay it. 4 times over.
Yes.
Oh, so
You did
unreal.
it, Ben. You did it.
And now, our dud of the week, Damian Cox, Mark Spector. How are you guys journalists?
Yeah, the Florida game got feisty there towards the end. After Daniel Sedin scored the overtime winner. Allegedly saying some things about the Sedins, about the whole sisters thing, and then Spector throws out a tweet about Henrik and Burrows and the respect factor and whatnot. I think it's garbage for Spector to send out a tweet like that, and then just the day before he's throwing out a tweet saying he'll endorse Matt Hendricks after he threw a hit on Ekblad that he got suspended for. What a goof!
And what's up with the scenes still not getting any respect nowadays?
No idea.
I mean, I understand that they don't play a very conventional game or a very, traditional hockey game, but they're still elite at what they do, even in their mid-30s.
Yeah.
They play a hard game in the corners, a lot of cycling.
Yep.
They're not the fastest skaters, but they know their strengths and they play to them perfectly.
These guys are going to end up in the Hockey Hall of Fame one day when it's all said and done. So people like Sean Thorne or anyone else who's still saying the whole sister thing, trying to put them down, just get used to it, okay? These guys are elite players. They have been for a long time. Art Ross winners, Hart winners. Deal with it.
Legends. Also, you, Sean Thorne. Go get knocked out by John Scott again. All-star.
Okay, but back to hockey now, back to the week that was. Ryan Miller just played an incredible game against the Islanders, and then Jacob Markstrom played great when Ryan Miller was injured as well. I don't know about you guys, but are we smelling a goalie controversy?
No, settle. Let's not spit those words out yet, alright?
I don't know, man.
Please, not again.
It's in the air.
God. Always. We always do this to ourselves. What is wrong with having 2 good goalies? Why can't we just have 2 good goalies? That's what we have right now. I might not be in the majority here, but I really do believe that nowadays in the NHL, you need 2 good goalies. We have Markstrom playing great. We have Miller playing great. Why not just combine the 2? I don't think either of the goalies have a problem with playing time right now. Markstrom is just happy to be in the NHL. Miller is getting up there in age. He is going through some injuries. So I think it's healthy for the team to just have these 2 players and, screw your controversy.
I do think you will need, eventually, maybe you can do this for a couple weeks, but you're gonna need a bona fide starter. Because right now, look, the Canucks are still in the playoff race, and you never want that in the playoff. Who's our starting goalie? So if one goalie plays bad, the other guy just comes in. No consistency there. And I disagree with you on that. Ryan Miller and Jacob Markstrom not wanting to play every single game. They're goalies. I think they want to be in as much as possible.
I do agree. I mean, you definitely do need, a starter, or you at least need to name a starter for the playoffs.
Right.
But the playoffs are months away. We're just talking about right now. There's no need to start this controversy, one or the other, right now. We're going into the All-Star break. Just play the hot hand, and yeah. I mean, let's just play it out. Let's see what happens. We're still early on. We're still in mid-January. We'll see what goes down the stretch. But right now, I'm fine with just going game by game.
I understand where you're coming from, and yeah, I can get behind that a little bit. Just for a little bit, though. Just for maybe a couple more weeks. But eventually, Willie's gonna have to name a starter, a guy going forward, because you don't want the team to talk about it each week as well. So Miller was in last night, Marks was in tonight, everything like that. I think you have to have a bona fide starter, but hey, we'll see what Willie D does.
I personally think that the starters will or the goalies, will figure it out for themselves. One will play themselves into the starting position, position and one will play out of the starting position. One might get injured, one might stay healthy. The last thing I want to see right now is to name a bona fide starter and then shut one of our hot goalies down. Personally, I just think one of the goalies will eventually play themselves into that starting role. For now, we have 2 hot goalies. Why shut one of those down? You know, keep playing them hot. Let's keep winning games. Let's keep getting these points.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree with that. If one of them can earn the starting role eventually, I'm good for that. So on to next week now. The Canucks have 3 games. They start on Tuesday in New York, and then they go Thursday to Boston, and then they play Saturday, really early on Saturday. They play at 9:30 a.m. in Pittsburgh. That's going to be an early game.
That's going to be a PVR game. That's for sure.
I think so as well.
But that will do it for this week's episode of The Week That Was. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, click subscribe, share it with some friends, because that always helps,
Yes.
and like us if you like us. Other than that, we will bid you farewell. Congrats to Ben Hutton. My boy, I love you. Keep it up. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Farewell.
Spectre's a goof.
Matt Hendricks could play for my team anytime.
Never said it was clean.
Don't care if it's clean. That's my favorite part of the tweet. Is that...
What? No penalty on the play. Oh, that's chill. That's fine.
Like, don't care if it's clean?
Don't care if it's clean. No penalty on the play. Ekblad back on the bench.
Don't care if it's clean, but if you have Burrows on your team, I'm going to hate you.
Oh my god. Look at this.
He's so dumb.
God.
And also, David Cox is just an idiot.
He's a loser, man.
That guy
Go cheer for the Leafs again.